Hi, y'all. I am so excited for today. Thank you for those of you that are here on camera with me. I appreciate that. Tell me hello in the chat. Tell me what you're feeling most excited to manifest. I have an incredible conversation for us today. So if you're here with me live, thank you for being in the live energy. And if you're watching on instant access, thank you for your energy on instant access because we are going to have FU in together. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so I want to hear from you. I want this to be very interactive, and I want to know if you could wave a magic wand and manifest anything you want in the next 6 months, what would that be? Okay, tell me, because we're going to set a powerful intention. Now, there's something that is going to be unique about the way that I teach this class. And it may not feel that different if you've been with me, but there's a new way. Francis, money, 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 loving F-U-N. Took the words right out of my mouth. I love it. I was going to say, I know somebody's going to put money, money, money. So here's the thing. I am bringing a very intentional, laser focused frequency to this conversation. And so, what's cool about this is you could literally be here and not listen to a word that I say, which that's not what we're doing. You are going to listen. That's not an invitation. It's just telling you how powerful the frequency is that you could literally be here and still get a breakthrough. So, what I want you to do is, I want you to just take a really clear awareness of how you're feeling now, what energy you're in now, and I want you to notice again at the end. Now, we have a problem because only a couple of you answered the first question that I asked. And for you to get the biggest breakthrough out of this, I need to hear from you because this is a co-creation. I desire to hear from you. I do not need to hear from you. Let me correct myself on that. I desire to hear from you. So I see a lot of money coming in, optimal health and fitness, clients, money, money, money. Just want to have some fun, thriving in all areas of my life, living in abundance, business flow. Okay, Peter. Excited for a complete shift from my day job to my healing coaching business full time? Yes. Okay. See, now when you start to get clarity on these pieces, you shift faster. If you're just like, oh, I don't know, I just want to manifest, not the vibe, not what we're doing. We're saying, I am here as a sovereign, powerful soul. I have a level of energy in my body that can rearrange the world around me. And that's what I came here to do today. So, are you in for that? Tell me, like, so in if you're in for that, because that is exactly what we're doing here. Now, I'm excited because woo, all right, we're getting it now. Yay. The idea here is so in. Does it feel good to just claim it? The idea here is that we're going to shift our identity today. We're going to up-level our frequency. We're going to open the door for more of what you want to come to you. Because that is the power that you hold. So, I'm going to share about the 4 seasons of manifestation. Can anyone guess? Do you want to guess what the 4 seasons are? And I love the way this came through because if you think about life, it's like there's 4 seasons in life, right? We all know the seasons. There are certain seasons when it gets dark at 5 o'clock, I'm a little less motivated. Like that, we just know that that's the season and things are going to be a little bit different. Not that I'm less motivated, I'm less motivated to leave my house after it's dark, when it's dark at 5 o'clock. There's going to be things like now it's summer. It's like you want to be outside. It's like it's summer. You're in that FUN energy. You want to be in the energy of what you're in. Okay. Now, then there's the Four Seasons, the luxury hotel. If you love to enjoy a Four Seasons or would love to enjoy a Four Seasons, you can just write in luxury in the chat. Because the idea is if you think about like the Four Seasons and the whole premise around it, it's like you feel like $1 million when you walk in the door. You're treated like $1 million as long as they're doing their job right. You're treated like $1 million at the when you walk in the door. It's like you feel good in the sheets. You put your feet on the marble of the bathroom floor and it feels good. So there's a frequency to that Four Seasons. So there's the frequency of the cycle of life. There's the frequency of like luxury and owning it and claiming it and not feeling bad about it and just saying like God created this so that we can enjoy it. There's that as well. And so the idea here is that these Four Seasons are going to mean something different for each of us. And so your job is to really get dialed in on your unique soul blueprint and what this means for you. Exactly. You desire to be treated well and you should. So this is where the limitations come in our world. It's like we think I can't or I don't feel worthy of that or I've been told that I can't and I'm going to go ahead and call bullshit on that right now and tell you that you can the second that you own it, that you choose it and that you realign your energy and that's what we do in my world. And we're starting to do that right here. So the idea is that I'm going to share with you these concepts. Now, I could teach on these concepts for a very long time. So we have 90 minutes today, and I'm going to get everything that I can in 90 minutes for you. But the idea is that you understand that manifestation is a skill set. Manifestation is a way of being. Manifestation is a reprogramming and rewiring of your subconscious mind in alignment with your highest truth and your highest power so that you rearrange the world around you. You are superhuman. It's time to turn it on. When you turn on your superhuman, you access super abundance, super fulfillment, super magnetism, and super miracles. So you can just write in the chat super. You want to claim that, right? So again, manifestation, muscle memory, arrows up alignment. Okay. Now, this is super duper, super soul, super, 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 super. Isn't it just fun? Okay. Here's the thing. How many of you would go to the gym in 1 hour and expect to have the body you've always dreamed of? How many of you would think, like, I'm going to train for a marathon in 90 minutes? How many of you, if you want to get rid of inflammation and you want to eat healthy and you want to cut out processed foods, you believe you can just do it in 1 day? No one. You can't. But we, for some reason, when it comes to our biggest power, the thing that is most important in our life, we think I read that one book. I listened to that workshop once. I did that thing. But that's not it, y'all. It is a way of being. And there are Four Seasons, and you're going to come in and out of the Four Seasons over and over and over and over again on the stairway to heaven on earth. And so I really want you opening your mind to the fact that this is the beginning of where you're going. This is not the end. This is a step in to what you desire. So I want you to claim that with me right now. This is the beginning of everything I've ever wanted. Right now, right this second, I'm claiming it. This is the beginning of everything I've ever wanted. I'm opening my heart. I'm learning. The teachings are coming in faster than I can keep up with them. The frequency is elevating so fast. So what I'm most excited about is this is the beginning for me too. This is the beginning of everything I have ever wanted. And everything up until this point served the biggest purpose. And I want to invite you to hold that for yourself too. Doesn't it just feel good? Like seeing y'all put in the chat, like declared and done. Doesn't that just feel so good? Because you choose it, you own it, you are it. It's how it is. You have the power, you have the keys, you are the missing piece, you create the rules. And that's where I'm going to teach you how to play in seasons where you create the rules. You're not waiting on a system to create the rules. So just to put this intangibility with the A3 model, when you create the rules, you're here. When you're in the bottom A, somebody else is creating the rules, and we are not playing that game anymore, y'all. No, we're playing the game of freedom and power and openness and magnetism and joy and FUN. Yes? Are you feeling a frequency shift already? I want to ask you that. Are you feeling a frequency shift already? Good. Okay. Now, here's the thing about these 4 seasons. These 4 seasons are ephemeral. It is not like season 1, check. Season 2, check, check. Season 3, check, check, check. Season 4, check, 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 check. That's not what we're doing either. Your unique soul blueprint, your soul, your power is going to go like in the way that you're meant to. Now, the other thing about these seasons is you could be in one season in your love life, in another season in your business life, in another season in your family life, in another season in your friendship life, in another season in your health life. So you can at the same time be in different dimensions and different seasons of the different parts of your life. Okay? So now this is very important. Because if you're treating life as if you're in the same season and everything, you're going to be creating blocks for yourself. And I'm not in the mood for any of my clients or people in my community to have blocks. Okay? So we're just going to clear those out of the way. And we're going to open up to the portals of magic and miracles and abundance. So, the first season that I want to speak to you about is the season of vision. And I'm doing this for a purpose, and I want you to think about vision. Not a vision like, what can I see now? Not a vision of this is what I think I want or what I believe I can have, but the vision of what is my highest internal prophecy. And I want you to write that down. What is my highest vision of my own internal prophecy? This is going to get good. Okay, so when you came here, when you're like up in the ethers and you're connected to God, source, love, energy, and you're deciding your path, okay, you have zero limitations of the human at this point, zero. And by the way, that's where we're going with our maniosa is to the field of limitlessness, all of us, anybody who wants to come. As long as you plug in and you realize this is not a 1 hour thing, it's a choice to continue. That's where we're going. Okay. So with this frequency of limitlessness, you chose your path, your unique soul blueprint with your gifts, with your story, all of the things that were going to be roadblocks in the way for you, all the things that you would overcome so that you could live your highest, truest, wisest vision and do it quickly. Okay. Now, in doing that, where most humans go wrong is that we're looking for somebody else to give us permission to have this vision. We're looking for somebody else to tell us the vision. We're not going within and unlocking our own vision. And so we're fulfilling somebody else's prophecy instead of our own internal prophecy. When you fulfill your own internal prophecy, you're going to be lit up like a Christmas tree. You're going to have vitality and aliveness pulsating through every ounce of your being and your body. Yes? Now, I'm going to give you some examples when this has happened in my life. So in 2000, what was this? 2014. So I had my first big awakening 2013. 2014, I was like, why don't I know what my life purpose is? This is bananas. This is the thing I'm born to do. Why isn't anyone telling me? But remember, it's not like you get a blueprint that's like in these years, here's what you're going to focus on, and you're going to focus on them, and you're going to beat your head up against the wall about 15 times, and you're going to want to quit, and you're going to say, is this even worth it? And you're going to say, where are all the people like me? And you're going to say, why does no one believe in me? And you're going to say, where's this? Where's that? What the hell? About a billion times. No, we don't get a blueprint that says that. But then you're going to come into it and you're going to figure it out and you're going to activate other people and you're going to have all of this energy and all of this. You're going to be contagious with what you're bringing forth and you're going to feel so alive and you're going to conquer that mountain and you're going to be on it. And then you're going to look up and there's the next stairwell to heaven on earth. We don't have a guide like that telling us what each next thing is. And so, to fill your own internal highest vision for your internal prophecy, you've got to unlock it. And you've got to have the courage and the willingness to see it and to hold it and to move with it. So in 2014, I'm praying for purpose and I'm like, what is my freaking purpose and why don't I know it? But the thing is you're going to get this vision when you ask for it. So I was asking, what's my highest vision? What is it? Show me. What is my part? I want to know. What is my highest vision? So who here feels like you're already crystal clear on what your highest vision is right now? And if you're like, let me know, like a clear, not sure, maybe no, have no idea, where are you at in this process? For where you are today to like, what is your current highest vision, your highest internal prophecy? The prophecy that you believe is meant for you and only you. Now, it doesn't matter where you are, by the way. And the cool thing is that being with me, we're going to collapse the time and space with that. Now, I want to hear from all of you. Okay, so we have kind of like all over the board, and this is good. Okay, Sherry, that right there, I want you to hold that because I'm just going to share because this is a breakthrough for everybody. I'm so close, but I'm letting my fear rule right now. We're going to get to this because whatever you let rule is what's going to rule. So if your fear is what's ruling, your reality is going to match your fear, not your highest vision. So with the highest vision, and I'm going to invite everybody just to open the door for this to expand for you today. Because sometimes we even think we know our highest vision, but then there's more. And there will be more. So for example, in 2014, when what happened was I was out for a jog because here's the thing. I was sitting in meditation every morning and I'm like, what is it? Give me the vision. Show me. Tell me. What is it? And I'm like, meditating, like opening one eye, like anybody there? Where are you? Hello? Nada, right? Because it comes when we can receive it. And we're going to talk about this too. It comes when we can receive it, when we're in the energy to receive it. But the idea is when we're looking and we're waiting and we're stomping our feet, we're not going to get it. So when we're in that energy of flow and fun and freedom and zoop, it will come in. And this was me. So I was out for a jog. It was like, believe it was in May and it's like sunny. I was in Georgia. It's like 70, 75 degrees and I'm out for a jog and I'm running. And all of a sudden, boom, boom, like my feet hit the pavement. I had the vision. And the vision was write a book. And I'm like, what? Write a book, Suzanne. You're going to write a book that is going to change the consciousness of the planet. A book that is going to parallel awakening. A book that is going to activate people in a fun and magical way through their subconscious mind while they're reading the book. And this book will one day go on to make a movie. And y'all, I had no freaking idea. No idea. No idea how I was going to do this. No idea what was going to happen. But I could feel the highest vision, my internal prophecy. I could feel it. It was frequency. And so all of a sudden, I'm like, I asked and now I got it. Guess what I had to say? Mission accepted. Mission accepted, I'm in. The human agreement of I'm in. Because when we get the mission, we can either decide to accept it or not. The human agreement is, maybe. Like what Sherry just said, here's my fears ruling. So the human agreement is I'm in, but the fear's ruling, and that's not what we're doing. So bringing it to awareness, shifting it. So for me, I said, I'm in, let's go. I had no idea how to write a book. I had no idea. I didn't have an audience. I didn't even know how this book was going to come to be, but I was in and I was shown each step of the way. Now, I could take you through all the seasons with this particular example, but I don't want to right this minute because I want to be able to break them down for you. What I want you to know was I was scared out of my mind, but I also had never felt more alive and more awake. And when you're moving in that activation, you will activate people. And there's people like Jennifer West, who's been here from basically the very beginning. She's in this room right now. And Jennifer could attest to this. There are people that jumped on with me immediately, even though I didn't know what I was doing. Even though, like, very quickly, zoom. The reason is because I was in alignment. I was fulfilling the internal prophecy and people could feel that. And so, because I was doing that, it was opening something for them, which opened something for me, which then opened something more for them. And we did this whole thing like very early on in the beginning. And my channel opened and I started speaking my soul. And then now all of these people are getting activated and getting these results. Now, this book, actually, the first book was a different title. Okay, that's a different story for a different day. I rewrote the book. I published it in 2020 as Girl Awaken. This book will be on film. But do you notice it's not on film yet? And how I'm not completely attached to that, although I did one time have a $10 million offer. That's also another story for another day. But the thing is like this book right now, do you know I'm getting messages constantly about people reading this book right now? There's a new wave of Girl Awaken. People are picking it back up. They're dusting it off. They're reading it and it's giving me life. I've started rereading it. I'm going to be doing a book club that is going to be complimentary. You're all invited. We're going to go through it and I'm going to answer questions. We're going to talk about it. We are going to activate such a fun frequency because I'm still plugged in to this highest vision of my internal prophecy, which has a lot to do with like this is a mystical, magical story of awakening, but even men read it and they like it. So the idea is like, I don't even know what's happening here, but all I know is I feel alive when I'm reading this and people are messaging me and I get the hit and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do this incredible book club with the author of Girl Awakened. Okay. So when you get the vision, you start to say, is my human agreement yes? Is my human agreement yes if? This is where a lot of people get stuck. My human agreement. So back in 2014, I could have said, my human agreement yes, as long as. Yes, as long as I don't ever feel scared. Yes, as long as people are supporting me. Yes, as long as I don't have to say about it on social media, because in the beginning I was scared of social media. Yes, as long as I get to stay comfortable, which we're going to talk about, and we don't want that either. So you can't say yes as long as. You have to just say yes. And I'll figure it out. I'll do the rest. Ooh, that's going to hurt. I'm going to do it anyways. Okay? So we're going to build on this human agreement piece, but in the season of the vision, it's not up to you what the vision is. It's not up to you if you believe that you can do it. It's not up to you if you believe you have the resources. This is your own internal prophecy from you to you. And then you decide if you want to fulfill it. So do you see who has the power and who has the keys here? Okay. Now, I'm going to give you another example of this in my life right now that we're living, that we're in the middle of it. So this year, I said mission accepted. Mission accepted is the theme. And I thought I'd been accepting the mission for the last over many years, and I have been. But guess what? We grow, our capacity grows and expands, and there's bigger things coming. So I said mission accepted. And in doing that, Harmoniosa was born. I wanted a brand that I could expand to. Thank you, Laura. I'm excited about the book club too. We're going to have fun. I wanted a brand that I could expand into. I wanted a brand that anybody could plug into and get the codes. I wanted a brand for the collective rise that transcended any of my own limitations. I wanted a brand that people could go right into the God frequency. And boy, did I get it. And we're in the middle of the launch of it. And so with Harmoniosa, I didn't know what it means, y'all. It sounded cool. And then I'm like, what does this mean? And I'm looking for it. And I'm like, oh my God, like Italy, I'm like so connected to Italy. It's the Italian word for harmonious. It's the Spanish word for harmonious. Are you kidding me? Yes, let's go. So then what did that mean? My human agreement is yes. So I get to look at my life when all of the things that are in harmony and that are not in harmony, and where do I need to make adjustments? And so my human agreement is just yes, I'm in, and I'm moving, and I'm going. Now, there have been some challenges with this, I'm not even going to lie. But the thing is, the level of vitality and awakeness and impact and high frequency that is moving through with this is off the charts. Off the charts. So I am in the most excited, exhilarated place with this. And it's the beginning of this new brand. And the story is not complete yet. But what I know is that the people in my world are receiving in a way that they never have before. And I'm giving in a way that I never have before. And I'm also receiving in a way that I never have before. And I cannot wait to see what we create. So when you really look at this piece around vision, this is not the vision that you believe that you can have. This is not the vision that somebody else has told you. This is the vision that you unlock inside of yourself. Now, let's say somebody says, let's say you're a global speakers mastermind client, and I say for you, I really see this for you. I see this vision. Have you thought about that? It may unlock something in you where then you go and you contemplate it and you're meditating on it, and then it comes in for you. So unique soul blueprint, we're all going to have these different paths and these different ways that we get to spaces and places. And you get to decide what that looks like for you. So tell me what's been an aha from the season of the vision and the internal prophecy. What's been an aha for you with that? And while you're writing that, I'm going to go turn down my AC because the sun is beaming in and I'm sweating. I'll be right back. 1 second. Okay. The question is, what's the biggest breakthrough around that season of vision in that light, Marie? Having certainty that it will happen when it's in alignment and how it happens is none of my concern. Yep, that's absolutely true. Mm-hmm. Now, the last piece I'm going to say about this vision, and if you don't feel like you have a breakthrough around the vision, I want you to think about this because there should be a breakthrough with every season. Okay. So, where we limit ourselves is we try to control. We try to control because we're like, well, can I do that? Or we try to say yes if dot dot dot. The human agreement is yes if dot dot dot. You're trying to control with that and you can't do it. It's not going to work. It might work a little bit, but eventually it's not going to work. Exactly, Jackie. That's the whole point. She says the language of internal prophecy is really hitting me. Exactly. It takes you inside of your own power. That's the whole point. Letting go of any limiting beliefs to trust, being open to receive it, mission accepted. Mm-hmm. 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 Yep. So the idea here is that you're really starting to see how much power you have and that it's already inside of you. And then when you're trying to control it, you're not in your power. You're in the bottom A when you're trying to control. Okay. Alignment and agreement without the buts and staying in my comfort zone. I definitely had to need to let go. I needed to let go of a lot. It's finally gone. That's amazing. Definitely not being in the way and listening with faith and trust beyond logic. Yes, because your internal prophecy is not going to be logical. In fact, it's going to be so big it scares you, and it should be. And if it doesn't, go deeper. Because if it does not scare you, what's happening is you're playing here. So if you don't know the arrows up alignment, this represents the third dimensional reality. This represents the field of excitement and possibility. And this represents limitlessness. Now, that was like a 60-second, 30-second thing of something I could take 3 hours to walk you through. But the idea here is if it doesn't scare you, you're only playing in the bottom A. And when you're playing at the bottom A, you're 10 to 15% of your potential. And that's not what we're doing. You don't come to a class like this to only reach 10 to 15% of your potential. Leading into the unknown, embracing all of me. Okay, now the next season. Okay, so the vision season we start with because it's important that you have the vision. It is very hard to manifest without the vision. Does it mean you can't ever do it? No, because sometimes God just has a vision for you and you don't even know what you're going for, but you're following the feelings in your body. But the idea is the clearer you are on it, the more powerful you can anchor your alignment arrows there, and the faster your reality will rearrange for you. Okay? So now, there's a couple of things here. The next season, do you stay scared as you move through the A's or you become what you envision? Yes, you stay scared. I have been scared this year more than I have in a very long time. Each time you say yes to something big and new, getting more visible, receiving more money, stepping into something more unknown, you're going to feel the fear. But the idea is that the fear and the voice of doubt is here and your alignment arrows are up. So you hold the voice and you say, oh, hey, I knew you were coming, but nope. You don't get my energy today. You allow it to be in your energy without plugging into it. And that's what arrows up alignment is. And it's muscle memory. It's what I was saying at the beginning of the call. It's not something you're going to do a one workshop and you're going to have it. You might, but then you've got to hold it and keep practicing it. So if there's no fear, you're not playing big enough. Okay. Now, the next season is around harmonization. This season alone, I could spend 3 days talking to you about. So I'm going to pull out some nuggets here. Okay. A few. One is your current level of self concept. Okay. One is your current level of self concept. So what does that mean? Neville Goddard has been talking about self confidence since self concept since the 1930s or whenever he was preaching about it. This is not a new thing, but the way we're going to speak about it today is. So self concept is identity. It's what you believe that you're capable of. So I saw this Instagram reel yesterday that really got my attention. And it was like, aging is a made up thing that we were told that we age. And because everybody believes it, it's a collective consciousness. And so we all believe that we're aging. But if you don't believe in aging or you believe in reverse aging, you can reverse age. And I'm like, well, let's try this one on. This sounds fun for me. So it's like we do, I believe we have that power. But there's a collective consciousness and then there's an individual consciousness. You can change your own life with just your individual consciousness. And then what happens is you start to influence the collective because you're like, look, I'm reverse aging. I'm going to try and do that. So y'all can watch me do it. We'll see what happens. So there's that, right? So that self concept is the self concept that I believe that I have the power to literally reverse biology, to reverse, to become more youthful, to become more healthy, more vibrant, much stronger. I believe I can do that. So that's the new self concept that I've got to harmonize with if that's what I want to do. Now, let's say that you want to harmonize with more money. Who here wants more money, 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 money? You can just put it in the chat if you Yes, exactly. So if you want to harmonize with more money, 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 you've got to have a self-concept and identity that you can harmonize with around the money. Now, there is a lot that I could say about this, okay? And I'm going to say a couple things about it today. But let's go somewhere else. Where else do you Everybody's like, let me make sure I get this one in the chat and claim it. Okay. So the idea here is What else? Okay, what's another identity, a self-concept that you want to harmonize with? How about global speaker? Who here desires to be a global speaker? You want to stand on the TED stage. You want your talk to reach millions. You desire to be known for your story and the impact and the influence that you're bringing to the world. Yes, writing global speaker. If that's what you want, claim it, own it, because this is an identity. This is a self-concept that you start to connect with. It's like you're no longer saying global speakers here and I'm here. You're saying, zoop, let's go. And this can be an internal prophecy that you have for yourself. It was for me. I could see myself on stages. I just knew I would sit in the audience and I would be like, I know I'm meant to pick up a microphone. But you know what sitting in the audience did for me was it taught me via osmosis. It taught me what I liked, what I didn't like. It taught me the way somebody held space in the room. I learned about facilitation literally from being in the audience with incredible speakers on the stage. So it's like you go from not over here, it's like I'm holding this. I am a global speaker. It's who I am. So that's the vision. And then you begin to harmonize with that. So, how do I harmonize with that, Suzanne? Well, there's a lot of different ways to do that. And I'm going to speak to that as well. But the next piece of this is okay, there is a frequency that I really want you to feel with this. All right. So if we think about the things that we've talked about, self-concept, up-leveling your self-concept with health and aging, reverse aging, with money, 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 with speaking, mentorship, leadership, the impact, influence, whatever it is that you're feeling called to do. Was there anything else that anybody wants to claim in the chat, like a new self-concept you really want to harmonize with? Feel free. And again, it sounds scary. It's supposed to. So if it's like, oh yeah, I got that. You're already like here with it. It's already here. Ooh, those are some good ones. Yes. Yes. Okay, we've got author, husband, father, a life overflowing with family and friends, having time. I have times when I could easily, and then others I could doubt. Exactly. That's the human journey. Global speaker, fully embracing it, signing books at my own event. Okay, amazing. So these are generational wealth. Yep, these are starting to be some of the internal prophecies. Being successful and known, but then Allison, let's take it another level. Why? Okay. So this is how you can begin to harmonize with it. If you want to change humanity to awaken, why? You harmonize when you understand why. Ooh, master of the snatch with Olympic weightlifting. I like it. Okay. So keep sharing. Thank you for all your shares here. Now, because I was chosen for it to light up those who have lost their light, because it's your mission, because it's your own internal prophecy, because we have a world to change. That's a good one. We got a world to change, y'all. Hello. That's what we're all doing here, by the way. That's the whole point. Why do you think I'm here with you? We have a world to change, and I'm part of that, and so are you, or you would not be here. So when you can percolate that energy, it's like your alignment arrows automatically go up and you start to harmonize at a higher level frequency because it's not about you anymore. It's about those that you're meant to serve. Now, I'm going to share with you one of the biggest issues with harmony and money. Okay? Because this is Armaniosa. We are coming into harmony with everything we've ever wanted. The codes of Harmoniosa are for the collective rise. It is for us. When you're in harmony, you feel elevated, you feel activated, you are magnetizing things out of thin air, you're shifting, you're rearranging. And so I am going to teach you all these different principles through frequency and through stories and speaking my soul and through activation. Okay. So with money. And this is likely a subconscious block that you don't even know you have. Are you ready? Who wants to hear? Okay, speak. Got it. All right. So people, especially I see this with women, but I've seen it in men too. People use money without even realizing they're using it. Okay. Now, let me explain. Let's say well, let me ask you this. Does anyone here have a relationship in your life that you want to nurture and want to grow? Like with a partner, with a client, with a best friend, with a family member, with a mentor, with somebody, a community. Do you have a relationship that you're like, I really want to nurture this? Maybe there's many. Yeah. Okay, good. You want to nurture the relationship, you want to expand upon it. Awesome. Okay, good. Now, let's pretend that your best friend's name is Amber, okay? And when you're with Amber, life is good. It's like you two are just in sync. You're more funny, there's more freedom. You're like the vibes are rolling, things are just all you're laughing, you're having fun. It feels like there's infinite possibilities and anything is possible. You get the vibe of what your relationship with Amber's like? It's like when Amber's coming over, it's on. Okay. So you and Amber are just, you're in the zone together. But then here's the thing that starts to happen. When Amber is not around and there's things that come up for you, there's opportunities, there's something that like you feel from your heart, like, oh yeah, I want to do that. It's like, mm-hmm. And you're thinking about it and you're percolating on it and you're like, yes, I want to do it. And it's like, it may not make logical sense, but you can feel it. You know, it's something that's going to better you. It's going to better your career. It's going to better your mission. It's like, it's almost where your own prophecy is calling you forth, but then you're thinking about it, you're feeling into it, you're like, yes, I want to do it. You're teetering on the edge, and then you get right up to the edge, and all of the sudden, you say, I can't go on that trip right now because Amber says no. And you're like, okay. So Amber said no. So you're like, okay, I'm not gonna do that. Then it's like, let's say there's a mastermind dinner or a mastermind day that you want to go to, and you're thinking about it, and your soul's calling you, and you're on the edge. But you talked, but you're not even talking to Amber. You're thinking about Amber. And it's like Amber says it's not the right time right now. So I'm not going to do this. Okay? Now, there's something else that you want to do. And again, this is something that you know is going to be good for you. You know it's going to be good for you. But like Amber doesn't think it's a good move right this second. It's like you can't go because of Amber. And there's thing after thing after thing that you want to do, but you can't go because of Amber. Now, what's happening to your relationship with Amber? There's two things happening. Okay. The first one is you're starting to feel really limited and annoyed with Amber. It's like we were having fun until all this started to happen. And now I'm feeling very limited by Amber. But here's what's also happening because you haven't even talked to Amber. You're just thinking of what you think Amber would want you to say. And so for each time when somebody says, hey, you want to do this? And you're like, yes, I'm in. And then you say, nope. And you're blaming Amber. What you're doing is you're throwing Amber under the bus. You're saying can't because of Amber, throwing Amber under the bus. So you've just consistently thrown Amber under the bus to all of these things that you want to do. So you're feeling limited because of Amber. And how do we think Amber's feeling? Did you even ask Amber? You just think you know her so well that she would know. And so now Amber's pissed because people have been telling her that you've been throwing her under the bus, like saying, like, I can't because of Amber. And so now all of a sudden, how's your relationship with Amber? Okay, so the correlation here, y'all, is this is what we do with money. This is what we do with money all the freaking time. It's like we've got money and it's fun and we're in the freedom and it's like, blah, blah, boom. What am I going to do? Tasha. But the thing is, money requires a relationship with it. You have to harmonize with money. And if this is where I've seen so many people discount themselves because they're blaming money. They're pulling money out of the pocket and throwing it under the bus and saying, I can't because of money. 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 Well, how magnetic is that to money? Now you're also like, well, you're feeling pissed at money because money's limiting you and you can't do it. And you want to do all these things and you have this big mission and you accepted it, but money says no. So how is your relationship with money? Is it in harmony? Exactly. It's shitty. So that's not the vibe and that's not what we're doing here. Now, there's one caveat to this, okay? If you're in the space where you literally cannot eat, like you do not have the money to eat and you don't know how you're going to have a roof over your head to sleep, then you're right here in the center of this bottom A, and you have every right to get your basic needs met before you try to manifest anything. Okay? So if you literally, like, you're not sure how you're going to eat or your family's going to eat, and you're not sure that there's going to be a roof over your head, that's the only thing that's different. And in that scenario, you get your basic needs met because you cannot put your alignment arrows up and you cannot harmonize with these things if you're in full blown, like serious survival mode. Okay. Now, baseline, there's going to be a baseline frequency here. What does that mean? It means everybody has a different reality. The reality that you experience right now is the reality of your baseline frequency. But guess what? We all have the potential of the baseline frequency of Elon freaking Musk, who's the first trillionaire. Is that right? Money, money, money. What would you do with even $1 trillion? Yo, we could change the world quickly with $1 trillion. Unique soul blueprint. There, you have the same potential. I have the same potential to come in harmony with money the same way Elon Musk has. But you got to get from here to there and you come into harmony. So what does this harmony look like? Okay. If you're in Woman Reawakened, do you recognize our circle? This circle goes into the center of these A's, okay? Now remember, I could teach on this for a long time. This is high level overview. So if you really want to get it, keep going with me, okay? Now, this circle is when you're comfortable. The center of the circle, it means you're comfortable. It means you're flatlined, like meh, okay? When you're here, you're harmonizing with your highest internal prophecy. You're alive, you're awakened, you're vital, there's energy that's buzzing. Down here, you're in your dark night of the soul. There's stuff happening. But sometimes we feel like the dark night of the soul means that we cannot also be here, but it means the opposite. When there's the low, you also have the capacity to go high at the same time. Now, do you have to go low to go high? No, you do not. So harmony. Harmony means that the high note can exist the same time as the low note. Okay? So when you're in harmony, it means that your human agreement is full on yes. Mission accepted. I don't know how, I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm going to follow the each next move. But when you're blaming Amber and you can't do the next move, what happens? You go right here to your center of your circle. And now it's Amber's fault and you're all good because it's Amber's fault. But it's actually not Amber's fault. Okay? Is this Amber thing landing? Because it's the truth, right? So when it's like if it's Amber's fault, you're comfortable. You're comfortable. But where's the magic? I love Amber. I love Amber too, Murray. I love Amber so much. I think I need 15 Ambers. I need a 1 trillion Ambers. Okay, so you want to harmonize at your edges. So, in this season of manifestation, harmonization, are you playing full out? Are you stepping into your highest level of potential? Are you having FUN? Are you really, really, really connecting to what's possible for you? Amber is so hot. Just snorted, Francis. Thank you for that. But y'all are never gonna forget this, right? Like you're gonna remember when you're blaming Amber and where Amber is not to blame. Okay? So when you're in harmony, you're really, really open. You're dancing with Amber. You're dancing with Amber. You're out. You're in the club. She's at your house. You're on the beach together. You're on a trip together. You're having fun. You're in that energy. You're expanded. What else are you doing? You're impacting others. It's not about you. It's about serving those you're meant to serve. We got a world to change. You're playing at your edges. You're saying yes. The fear is here, but you're not plugging into it. You're allowing it to be here, but your alignment arrows are up. Okay? Now, I'm going to move on to the other seasons because otherwise we're not going to get through them. I could say so much about this. Okay? Harmony. Now, I'm going to take this opportunity before we go to the next 2 seasons to invite you into what's coming up. And it's Armaniosa 88, which is an event, a live event happening in Laguna Beach. Okay? It's in 2 weeks, basically, on 8/8. Now, there's a virtual ticket if you cannot come in person. If you want to come in person, we still have some tickets remaining. So if you would like the details, first of all, if you're already joining me, tell me you're going to be there. And if you would like the details, because I know a lot of you here are already coming, woo! We're going to have so much fun. Get your booty in this room. If you like this conversation so far, if it's opening up something to you, if you're really, really ready, this is fun. So many of y'all are already going to be there. Come. If you want the details to join us virtually, that ticket is available. And we still have some tickets in the room. Now, we also have a VIP day on August 6th, which is a quantum leap before the quantum leap. So there's 2 tickets remaining for that. If you're interested in that, you can comment here and we'll send you a message, or you can DM me. They just put VIP day, August VIP day. Okay. The idea here with all of this is that we have these seasons. Yay, Jennifer. We have these seasons. I would love to be there in person, but Amber. Peter, do not blame Amber. Okay, so whoever's writing the August VIP day, your name is Zoom user. Can you just drop in either your Instagram DM or your email, and I'll reach out to you personally. Give me if you could do your Instagram, my team will grab it. Oh, Dawn. Okay, perfect. Um, okay. So here's the thing. Peter, that one made me laugh. Yo, we're not going to blame Amber anymore. We're going to say, I'm plugging in virtually. I'm going to be there. Amber's going to be right there with me. I'm watching it with Amber. We're going to watch it virtually. Okay. So this is the idea. I'm laughing at all your commentary. Thank you for that. Now, what is the next season? The next season is receiving. This is a big part. This is a huge part, okay? Receiving. So the idea, when you receive, are you receiving? Okay? So there's the ticket online. Woo! Bridget, yes. There's the thing of getting, taking, and then there's receiving. Okay? I want you to really, really connect to this frequency. This is big. Amber doesn't like to be gotten. She likes to be received. I have a feeling that Amber's going to really be with us for a long time. Amber does not like to be gotten. Now, this is subconscious, okay? This is subconscious. What happens is you don't even realize you're doing it. I'm certain I've done this. You, especially if you have some sort of coaching and mentorship brand, and it's like, how do I get people to? Who here has ever asked that in any business? How do I get people to? How do I get them to sign up? How do I get them into this? How do I get them? We're not getting and we're not taking. That's not the vibe. Okay. Now, if you've been doing that, don't have any shame around it, but just be aware of it. And then we shift it immediately. All right. So now think about in romantic relationships. How do I get him to? How do I get her to? That's not the vibe either. Receiving. There's transactions, which is more of like a tit for tat thing, meaning I do this for you, you do this for me. And then there's frequency exchanges, which are in a whole different dimension. So tit for tat, right down here, and you cannot receive tit for tat. It's I give you this, you give me this. We're getting and we're getting. We're getting, godding, taking. We're getting and we're taking. Here, you're receiving. It's a frequency exchange. That's how you want to receive. You don't want to receive now. No, no, no. Let me be clear. There is inner Lori. Yes. Go girl. I'm loving all you people jumping in on the 8A. It's making me so happy. Amber is thrilled. Amber's happy. I'm happy. You're happy. Here we go. Okay. Now, there is an energy exchange. Even for y'all that are jumping in for 8-8, there is an energy exchange, right? But the idea here is you put a price tag on things, but like even this class, like you can't put a price tag on these things. Like you have to put a price tag on them because it's a business, but really the value is well beyond what the price is. It's hard. Like when I really sit down and I look at the testimonials and I look at the people that are telling me like, "Oh my gosh, you've changed my life. Like this happened and this happened and this happened and this happened and this happened." You cannot put a price tag on that. But you've got a business to run. And so you've got to receive, but you receive money, you receive. Now, here's the thing. This is not something that is of the mind. It's something that's in the heart. It's something that's in the energy. And this is also something that takes practice. Okay? It's something that takes practice. Now, here's the cool thing about this. There's collective energy. And one of my gifts is holding a really impeccable space for your soul. Now that we have Harmoniosa, I cannot wait to see it's already coming through. But this is exactly the kind of thing that when we gather with the intention of the collective rise, you got to have a lot more time with Amber. She's really got to come in. So you've got to be receiving. And so this is one of the intentions of this 8-8 event. When we gather together, it's like putting yourself in rooms and environments that expand you. So whether it's 8-8, whether it's another one of my events retreats, whether it's these Zoom rooms, whether it's the Global Speakers Mastermind, whether it's somebody else that you really resonate with that activates you, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you can come in and sync with your soul and open up the floodgates because you're in harmony and you're receiving now. You're receiving now because you're in harmony. So they all go together. That's why I'm like, it's hard to say this season, this season, this season, other than the vision and the internal prophecy is the leading force of it. And then it's the human agreement of yes. And when you say the human agreement of yes, you're harmonizing. And then you're beginning to play at your edges and you're really stepping in. You're not being comfortable. When you're comfortable, meh, flat, boring, not the vibe. And then you receive. But so many times that we don't receive because we don't feel worthy, because we don't think that we can, because we've been throwing Amber under the bus over and over and over again. And so now it's like, I'm going to come into full harmony and alignment with this and I'm going to receive. I'm going to open the door to receive and I'm going to consciously receive. Allison, I'll see you in Laguna. Amazing. Okay. Do you feel this? Now, there's the way in which you receive. You're getting a beautiful example of me doing it in real time when the celebration energy of like, hell yeah. Do you know why I'm so excited to receive? Because I know what this is going to do for each of you stepping in. So, with your work, with your business, with your brand, with your relationships, the way that you understand when you can receive and understand the breakthrough that you're offering for people, the game changes because it's not about you. It's not about, am I worth it? Is this, it's about, hell yeah. Somebody just stepped in, locked and loaded to their full power, to their full potential, and we got a world to change. And the more people that are doing this, the faster the world changes. And this is for the collective rise. Do you feel that energy? And do you feel the opening of receiving in that energy instead of making it about you? Yes? I am high. This is a continued theme that keeps happening. Is the energy coming through is like high on my own supply of God frequency energy. Thank you for this co-creation. Every single investment in my personal development has always been covered. My side business randomly, etc., to cover costs. Exactly, Peter. Like this is the kind of thing that happens all of the time. All of the time. Okay? Now, the other piece of this is embodiment for receiving. Arrows up. When you're only embodied to what makes logical sense, you only are going to receive what makes logical sense. You've got to be embodied to what feels exciting. You've got to hold a frequency for limitless possibilities. So for me, I'm transitioning my theme for this year from mission accepted to mission accepted plus limitlessness. Limitlessness. That's where we're going. That's where Armaniosa is taking us. For those of you that want to come, this is where we're going. Limitlessness. What does that mean? It means something different for everybody. Limitlessness. We make the rules, y'all. All these limitations have been placed upon us by very not nice people, and we've chosen them. We have consented to playing by these rules. Well, right now we're going to change that. I do not consent to the rules that keep me small. I do not consent to the matrix that I don't want to be in. I consent to being in my full power. I consent to being the highest level embodiment of my internal prophecy and harmonizing with all of me. You feel that power? You feel that power. That is embodiment, that is choice, that is receiving. So when you're receiving things that you don't like, stop consenting. How are you consenting to what you don't want? Well, we went through one of them in detail today with throwing things under the bus that you actually do want. That's one way. What's another way? You're saying this is just how it is, but that's not actually true, is it? So I want to hear from you. What are ways that you're consenting to things that you don't like or you don't want? This is room for a big breakthrough right here. What are ways you're consenting to things that you do not want? What did I say? I've started saying this recently. I was like, it's making myself laugh. I can't remember what I said. I was like, something comes up and I'm like, oh yeah, I do not consent to that. Like all the stuff they're putting in food that's so like just the more we can not consent to it, the more the collective actually has power and our energy does matter. Now, I'm not seeing anything in here in the chat, but I really wanted to interact with you on this. So if nothing's coming up, that's fine. If it is coming up, keep okay. This and have been shifting but not speaking up and tolerating things. Okay. So I do not consent to stay small. There you go. So whatever your reality is, whatever your baseline frequency is, whatever you don't like, you're actually consenting to it. So it's like it's not even just a tolerating, you're consenting to it. So tolerating no more. Now, does that mean it's going to change like that? It can. And it also may take some muscle memory. Staying in a job that drains your soul, I just left one of those. Okay. So if you just left one of those, then there's opportunity. Maybe there's something that's more aligned while you build something else. Maybe there's a brand that you quite like that is looking to hire people. I do think there's one thing that's happening really big in the coaching industry right now is that there's a lot of people that have wanted to first start their own brands and they're realizing it wasn't for them. But guess what? There's a lot of people that need support and that need the like-minded people. And there's a lot of these entrepreneurial jobs that are available inside of other coaches and brands that you admire. So like that could be available. There's so much that you might not have had even thought of. Okay, now you're really rocking me with these. Let me look at these. This is good. I do not consent to staying in my comfort zone. Yes, this is big, y'all. Because when you're comfortable, how big is your energy and how big is your field? Zoop. That's not what we want. Amazing. Love that one. And letting the fear of getting hurt make me afraid of doing extreme sports. Okay, now this one has a little bit of merit to it because that is a true thing. If you're going to jump off a huge cliff and land on rocks, you might get hurt. So here we've got to figure out what's the tactical, what's the 3D fear, and is this how true is this fear? So, of all the people that do this sport, how many people get hurt? Let's say 10%. Is that a risk that you're willing to take or not? You choose the risk. That's a little bit different. Now, I'm guessing based on your energy that it is a risk that you're willing to take, but I may be wrong. But that's what you've got to decide. Okay. I do not consent to anything that doesn't recognize my worth. And you know what? That means yourself as well. Mic drop on that one. Okay. That's a big one. I do not consent to financial scarcity or worrying about money, money, money. Yes, love that one. High five from Amber. I do not consent to my subconscious voice that is familiar with not being uncomfortable and hiding, staying small. I consent to show up and expand. Yes, I consent to be in harmony with all of me. I consent to see my full power and I use it. I consent to the human agreement is yes, show me, I'll do it. Let's go. Amazing. Getting comfortable with the uncomfortable. 11, 11. Woo! Okay. Do you see though? Even just in making the consenting, what's happening? You're choosing what you're not available for, what you are available for. You're opening up your receiving capacity, and now your embodiment's going to shift. Now, here's the other thing with embodiment. This is another thing that you're going to get to experience in Harmonize 88 is the frequency upgrade. That's embodiment. It means you can hold higher, more expanded amounts of frequency in your body. Whether you're coming virtually or in person, you get to experience this. Okay. So something else that's exciting. Now the final season. Okay. This is a huge one too. Now this is what's wild about this. This season is overflow. This season, you and Amber are riding in the convertible, tops down. You're in your favorite place in the world. There is no limits. Maybe you and Amber are on a private jet. You are just everywhere you want to be, okay? But here's what's happened. Here's what happens. You're here, you desire more. You go alignment arrows up, and now you're playing in these fields. But then something happens, and this is what's happened to me recently. All of a sudden, you're in a state of overflow. When I moved into this house, I remember being like, holy wow. Like this is crazy. You get into these states of overflows. When I moved into the beach house from Georgia to here, and I had no idea where I was going to live, and I ended up in this incredible, incredible beach house. Some of you know it. It was amazing. I lived there for 4 years. The whole thing felt like overflow. But then I wanted to own. So I come here. I've got this house, Tuscany views. It's the vibe. I'm feeling overflow. There's so many things that are going overflow, 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 overflow. And you hold the overflow until what? Until it becomes normal and regular for you. And then what happens? You're swimming in the lazy river. It's like I just got really comfortable and I'm in the lazy river and I worked really, really hard to get here. And I'm just going to be in my inner tube and I'm going to have a pina colada and I'm going to let the sun get on my skin and I'm going to be in the lazy river. But something happens. You're in the lazy river. Exactly. It's a new comfort zone. So now all of a sudden, your baseline frequency has changed. So now what's your realistic and what's predictable has changed. And there's another stairway to heaven on earth. And so now you go from overflow to you've got a new vision. It's time to get a new internal prophecy. What is it? Are you still that connected? What is the thing? Because the season, when winter is over, we get another spring. So it's time. It's like, okay, we did it, received, overflow, check. What's next? Now remember, you can have these seasons simultaneously happening in all kinds of different places and spaces all at once, all at the same time. Okay? So when you're in overflow, that transition was hard, but this time I stayed on the right side. Perfect. Because the other thing that could do is you could not be grateful for what you have and you could shrink and you could go backward. And that's not what we're doing either. So it's you're grateful, you're in it, you treasure every single moment of it. You have so much gratitude. You love the little things. You love everything. You look at the things that you have manifested that are now that were used to be on your vision board that are now in your reality and you have so much gratitude for them. And then you look at all the people that you've helped, all of the adversary that you overcame, everything that you have overcome, and then you say, guess what? I'm willing to be brave and I'm willing to do it all over again. And this is the exact season that I'm in right now. I'm willing to be brave. I'm willing to do it all over again. And when I have the activation, the people that are plugging in with me also get the activation, and we're going big places. And I cannot wait to see what unfolds and unravels with Armaniosa. This is going to be so fun. And I mean, who knows, y'all? Who knows? It could happen like lightning. I could be standing on an arena with 30,000 people this December. Wouldn't that be fun? Now, does that feel like possible right now? No, but it could be. I have the skill set. I have the speaking skill set to do it. How is it going to happen? I have no freaking clue. Who knows what's going to happen? The fact that this book, the Girl Awakened Book Club, is percolating right now, this is exciting. This is giving me life. I know what that book unlocks in people, and the fact that I'm going to get to talk about it, and we're going to have fun, and we're all going to be reading at the same time, like, zoo, we got a world to change. That's gonna unlock like it's going to unlock harmony for a lot of people. Who knows what's happening? There's a lot of new magnetic frequency coming into Armaniosa because of everything that's happened. And for me to say, I'm willing to be brave, I'm willing to do it again. Let's go. And then I'm going to go through that whole journey. And then eventually I'll be in a new season of overflow. And then I'll decide how long do I want to be in the lazy river for? Sometimes you work at it for a little while and you might want a couple laps in the lazy river, and that's okay. But Amber doesn't like it when you spend too much time in the lazy river. Amber. Marie, I gotta see that song. Send me that on IG. Okay. What has been your biggest breakthrough from today? Has this been valuable? If you've gotten value, please write value in the chat. What has been your biggest breakthrough? And do we have any questions? Like I said, I could have spent a lot of time on each of these seasons, on each of these seasons. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And the reason I wanted you to understand the seasons, but I also wanted to give a decent amount of context here too, because it's very, very important. Do not blame Amber. Amber is the breakthrough. Value and FUN. Amber is real and we love Amber. Yeah, this is making me so happy right now. But you know why? Because everyone is going to start to think about Amber differently now. It's like before you throw Amber under the bus, you're going to think long and hard about it. You're going to convene with Amber. You're going to say, is there creative solutions here, Amber? What is the way, Amber? Let's work together on this. And it's going to change so much for you. So I'm so excited for that. Value is acknowledge what I want and reject what I don't want. Don't throw Amber under the bus. Internal prophecy and limitlessness. Tell Amber you do not consent. How are you doing, Amber? What can I do for you? This is so good. So good. I think I'm gonna go have a meeting with Amber after this. We need to play where it scares us. Yes. Yes. Are there any questions before we complete the last few minutes of this? I just want to say that this has been so fun, and that's the vibe. This is what your work should be. It should be showing up, pouring into other people, and receiving at the same time that you're giving. And Amber, we trust. And God. And God we trust, and Amber we trust. Ah, it's funny. Can you recap the four seasons? Yes, I can. Yes, I feel light and fluffy and FUN. Amazing. Okay, the first one, vision. Vision with the internal prophecy. Okay. So, like, remember my examples were when I first got the vision to write. I could give you so many of these examples, but writing this book first. It was the very first thing I did. It was a different title at the time, but it was this book. Um, So vision, what is your internal prophecy? Like go within y'all. And this is another thing about when you're in my world. And you can ask my clients that are with me in Zoom every week. It's like we're unlocking constantly more of who you are. It's like an onion. You got to peel back the layers. And so some of you may get like boom, you may get like a hit like a lightning rod with your internal prophecy. And some of you we might need to peel the layers back, okay? So trusting that. Now, the second one is harmonization. Harmonization. So this is where you harmonize with all the different aspects and you elevate your self-concept. This is important. So what is the identity? You make decisions from a new identity and then you harmonize. So there's so many different things you can harmonize. We went deep on the harmonization with money today. Okay? Really looking at the self concept. Who am I showing up as? If you want to do something, you look at that identity. So, for example, for me using like the reverse aging, does the reverse aging person, is she going to eat a bunch of sugar? Nope. You got to look at what's that identity going to do. Is she going to be exercising and learning about longevity? Yes, she is. Is she going to be blaming age for anything? Nope. Okay. So that's one example. If you wanted to look at the global speakers example, if I'm a global speaker, how do I show up? Am I developing my skill set to learn how to magnetically speak my soul? Am I building a brand? Am I connecting hearts to hearts? Am I realizing the value of me speaking to a room of 5 people and how valuable that is and how much impact that can have and how quickly it can have it? Am I looking at the TED stage? Am I applying for it? Am I creating something that's really in alignment with that? It's that self concept. Are you showing up in that way at that capacity? If the self concept is, you know, feminine goddess, it's like, are you trying to take? Are you trying to take? Or are you really showing up, adding value and receiving? There's so many things here. So, unique soul blueprint, figure out what it is. And then you harmonize with that new self concept. You own it and you harmonize with it. Then the third season is receiving. So again, not taking, I'm not going to get them to, I'm going to receive. I'm going to hold a frequency that's an exchange and receive, and I'm going to be so embodied that people know they're meant to hire me just because of the frequency that I hold and the words that I speak. Okay. And then the last one is overflow. And you're just in the season and it's all flowing to you and it's all working out and you're actualizing the things that were on your manifestation board, your vision board, and you've got them and you're experiencing them and you're in the moment and you love it and you treasure it and you enjoy it until it becomes normal and realistic and predictable. And then you're in the lazy river and it's time to go back and see what's the new vision. And can I be brave and can I have courage? Thank you for asking that question. I think that was valuable, a valuable recap for everybody. So thank you. Okay. For those of you that are coming to Armoniosa 88, which I think is basically the whole room at this point, so thank you for that. So excited to either see you in person or see you virtually. We are going to have so much fun. If you are watching this on instant access, we will put the link below. If you have questions, you can DM me. For those of you that wanted the details to claim the 2 remaining tickets to the VIP day, you can send me a DM. Dawn, I'm going to message you. If anybody else is interested, send me a DM. If you are interested about talking about Global Speakers Mastermind or you want mentorship and you really want to step in and you want my support, send me a message. And it's my absolute pleasure to talk to you. Yes, Claire. So Tiffany, can you give Claire the link for the virtual event for 8/8? Claire, we're going to have so much fun. I cannot wait. You can watch it with Amber from wherever you are in the world. Okay, we've got Natalia that wants the virtual event link. Yes, yes, yes. Amazing. This is exciting. Here we go. We're gonna have a reunion so soon. And the 8-8 is the Lionsgate portal. So this is a powerful, powerful manifestation portal. It's an entire day you get to plug in. Okay, Bridget is also asking Tiffany. This is an empowered day that you get to plug in. And what a cool energy to be in to go claim that ticket right now. Please send me the virtual link and the details on the book club. We are making the details on the book club right now. So stay tuned. Keep an eye out. Keep an eye out on your inbox. We'll be sending that. I'll be announcing it on social media. That is going to be so much fun. Get out if you have, first of all, if you don't have Girl Awakened, order it and start reading because you got to read. Like I'll be like book club, and then if you haven't read anything, you got to read. So order this if you haven't. And for the gentlemen, you can come too if you want to. If that men have read this and told me they loved it as well. And then if you have the book, dust it off, get it out, start rereading it. Okay. Well, this is fun. Any other last minute questions before we go? Going to listen to the Amber song now. Amazing. Amazing. Thank you all for an incredible co-creation of today. I appreciate all your energy, all your enthusiasm. Um, I am excited. I'm excited to see you in the room for 8-8. I'm excited to see you in the book club. I'm excited to see you wherever we meet next. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I will see you soon. Mwah! Bye.